Hey everybody, welcome to Dino Brickhaven. I am Dino, and here we go with another live build. This time a Lego set, the Haunted House. I was waiting, well, number 10273, 3,231 pieces. So it's a pretty big set. It's going to stand pretty tall. Edward Stewart, hello. Harry Scott, hello. Tune the News, what is going on? Good to see each and every one of you. Going to sit here and put the haunted house together, and we're going to listen to some old time radio shows. So there you go. I was waiting to do the haunted house for Halloween, but there's so much that I want to do at Halloween time that I figured I'll go ahead and do the haunted house. I have it. I might as well just start building it now. It is going to be fun too. Hey, Black Roses, Undead Caesar, Andrea Black, what is going on? Good to see you in the chat. There's a lot I want to do with the city when I build this haunted house, and I'm going to try to get, let's see if I can get a close-up here of exactly how this looks. That's the haunted house. And behind it, it shows the opening to all the levels with spooky stuff. You can open it up. It's a really cool set. But what I want to do is put a cemetery around there. And the main thing I'm going to do around Halloween is build my own haunted house from scratch. And I'm going to make gravestones, host cemetery. I want the haunted house to set up on a little hill that I'm going to make, which is going to look pretty cool. So yeah, that's lots of Halloween stuff coming up. Also, and there's a huge lunatic asylum. We'll talk about that at another time. But the Lego City is going to be getting a pretty good size video coming really soon. I'd say the next couple days, because it's just, I ran out of room. I got to put 2 more tables. And when you see the updates and changes I made, you're going to really, really love it, I think. It's really, really cool. I'm impressed at how it's turning out. I really am. I kind of tinkered with making my own style of bushes and ground cover for some of the areas. So that's going to look pretty darn cool. It does look cool, but when you see it, you can tell me what you think. But it definitely looks good. Let me see. Hey, Chris W., what's going on? Good to see ya. Good to see each and every one of you here tonight. Going to have some fun. So I am going to start building the haunted house. And there will be plenty of Halloween stuff around September, October, as I'm going to ramp up and start building the asylum, the cemetery around there. And I've got these little monster figures that I'm going to put in there and stuff. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm anticipating Halloween is what I'm doing. And what I'm going to do, hey Tony, what's going on? Hello everyone, good to see you, Tony. Welcome to the channel. One Sean Bond is here. JLR is here. Thank you guys very much. Definitely leaves a thumbs up and comment after the stream. So without further ado, let me begin the haunted house. It's a big set, over 3,000 pieces, so it's going to take a while. I don't know how many streams it's going to take me, but all the bags are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be an easier process. I love when they do that. So starting with bag number 1, I'm going to cut this open. And why I do, I am going to play an old time radio show. And if you've never heard an old time radio show before, these are from the 40s, 50s, roughly, some 30s. The CBS Radio Mystery Theaters in the 70s. So it just depends. But tonight I'm going to play Escape. I've been in the mood for kind of those scary, spooky, action kind of shows. So I am going to play an episode of Escape. And what better one to start off with, I think, than the episode of Escape, The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, a great sci-fi classic. So listen to this as I build, and if I see anything in the chat, let me pop that up. I will comment. So 11 thumbs up. Thank you guys. Thanks everybody very much. And I am going to get started. So probably about 3 hours of building. Let's see how many bags. I've got 9 on the table. Let's see how many I can get through. So here we go. The time machine. Love this episode.
Escape! You are rushing forward through time, far into the future, trying desperately to flee the clutching fingers of a band of night creatures, a dreamlike horror from which there seems no escape. Escape, designed to free you from the four walls of today for a half hour of high adventure. Tonight we escape to the year 100,080, and to a world where beauty and terror live side by side, as H.G. Wells described it in his immortal story, The Time Machine. You must be mad, Dudley. A time machine.
Yes, my friend. A time machine.
This thing?
This very thing.
Well, this contraption, this whatever it is, made of quartz and brass and ivory, with its levers and dials and its seat in the middle. This is the result of 3 years' hard work?
I promise you, Fowler, that on this machine, a man can go wherever he likes in time. By working these levers, a man can choose his century, his year, his very day.
Oh, that's impossible. It's out of the question.
In one of the journeys I've already taken on.
Did he just say levers? Levers? They're levers, aren't they? Levers? Am I missing something? Levers?
This little contraption.
Well, I'm afraid you're having a bad dream.
You mean I've developed into a liar? Very well, you shall have proof, my friend.
How?
Just climb on, Fowler. Sit in a seat with me. I'll take you for a little spin.
You mean right now?
Right now.
Well...
Working, or do I gotta totally... Those are my favorite glasses, Harry. Do I need to restart? Yes, it's buffering here also, Edward. Do I need to restart? Oh boy, let me see. Okay, I think we're back on track. That was... What the heck? Not yet, Dino. Do I need to restart? Okay, I think it's coming back online. That will do it. Thanks. I have a pair exactly like them. I'm just reading what you guys are saying now. I think it's back up. Now it's working. Okay, I didn't need to restart because what you have to do is end the stream in order to... Everything just went out. The power just went out. We've been having thunderstorms here. So I guess that's... Of all times, right? You know, but listen, I didn't have to make a new stream. That's the good part. Now it's working. Now it's working. No, it's my fault. My power went out. And then everything popped back on. And actually, this stayed running for some reason. My computer popped back on, but there was enough juice to let it keep rolling. So... Anyways, I don't know what to say. I need new glasses. I took Carrie last week. Okay, you guys are talking about other stuff. Okay, well, we are working now, and I'm going to restart the time machine. Escape, the time machine, H.G. Wells, all that good stuff. I'm doing the haunted house. Anybody rewatching, the electricity went out, so that's why there was a flub there. It figures. Go figure. My luck, 70 Fahrenheit today. Yeah, no, it's hot and muggy here, and all week long we're supposed to get some pretty good thunderstorms. And just as I go live, what was it? Not even 5 minutes into it or so, the power shuts off and on. Unbelievable. And I've gotten this far. So we are back up. I'm in the same system as Dino is. Yes, county over. So you're probably getting thunderstorms too. Anyways, hello, Sean. Good to see everybody coming over here. Thank you. Let me get back to building. I just started building when the power went out. So let me start again. And we will listen to the same thing, but I'm going to restart it. Why not? Here we go. The Time Machine, HUS, Escape. Where he says the lever, not the lever.
Escape.
Sorry, everybody. Fun times.
You are rushing forward through time, far into the future, trying desperately to flee the clutching fingers of a band of night creatures, a dreamlike horror from which there seems no escape.
Hope everybody who's here is subscribed. Thank
Escape, designed to free you from the four walls of today for a half hour of high adventure. Tonight we escape to the year 100,080, and to a world where beauty and terror live side by side, as H.G. Wells described it in his immortal story, The Time Machine.
You must be mad, Dudley. A time machine.
Yes, my friend. A time machine.
This thing?
This very thing.
Well, this contraption, this whatever it is, made of quartz and brass and ivory, with its levers and dials and its seat in the middle. This is the result of 3 years' hard work?
I promise you, Fowler, that on this machine, a man can go wherever he likes in time. By working these levers, a man can choose his century, his year, his very day.
Oh, that's impossible. It's out of the question.
Then one of the journeys I've already taken on this little contraption.
Well, I'm afraid you're having a bad dream.
You mean I've developed into a liar? Very well, you shall have proof, my friend.
How?
Just climb on, Fowler. Sit in a seat with me. I'll take you for a little spin.
You mean right now?
Right now.
Well, just in case it should work, aren't there any preparations we should make?
No, Fowler. You won't need any luggage on this trip, not even a toothbrush. You'll be back in less than a minute.
All right. I'm on. Now what?
Hold tight, because it sways a good deal. I'd hate to lose you.
Well, I can't be frightened, Dudley.
Then you're braver than I am. Tell me, what time is it?
It's just 12 noon.
Before we start, I want to adjust this control a bit.
Is everything shipshape?
Oh, yes. Tell me, did you notice anything just then?
Only a noise, a humming noise, nothing else.
And what time is it?
You just asked me, old man. That's funny.
What?
My watch says 11 o'clock. I could have sworn it was noon a moment ago. Huh. Must be something wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with the watch. It's only that I touched the lever to test it. And we've gone forward a full day. 23 hours at any rate.
Dudley.
Have you finished scoffing, Fowler?
Yes, I believe I have.
Then hold tight. This will be the real article.
I'm ready, Dudley.
Good man. Well, say goodbye, Fowler. Say goodbye to 1948.
We went off with a shattering jar. With the machine swaying under us, the walls of Dr. Dudley's laboratory suddenly fell away, and night was speeding after day like the flapping of a black wing. I saw the sun hopping across the sky, leaping swiftly across it every second, and every second marking a day. I saw the moon spinning through her quarters like a ball, from new to full, all in the twinkling of an eye. Trees grew and blossomed like puffs of smoke and then passed away, and all the while we were going faster. And now our pace was a year a second. So that second by second, the white snow flashed across the world and was followed by the bright, brief spring. And still we went on into the future.
How do you feel, Fowler?
Sort of weak and very dizzy.
Don't let go. Don't fall off.
Where are we? How far have we come?
We're in 100,000 and 50 and 60 and 70.
That's enough! Stop it, Dudley! I can't stand anymore. Stop it!
Fowler, are you all right?
I believe so. No broken bones. What happened?
I'm not sure. I must have stopped too suddenly.
Where are we, Dudley?
Look around for yourself. On a wide lawn, in a beautiful, vast garden.
I meant geographically.
Just where we were when we started. We're standing exactly on the spot where my laboratory stood 100,000 years ago.
And the year?
100,080.
100,080. What a year to pick, right? That's a long time in the future.
It seemed absolutely incredible. A dream, but a pleasant one. For the garden in which we found ourselves was beautiful and summery and inviting. At some distance we could see a large, imposing building. All was quiet and peaceful, almost too much so. And the sense of strangeness, of incredible strangeness, sent a shiver up my spine.
100,080.
Dudley, have you thought what we might find here? What manner of man? What danger?
I don't see any men at all.
Well, perhaps they don't exist at all anymore. Or if they do, what are they like? How have they developed?
There's been a long interval between us, more than 100,000 years. We won't know until we see them.
And then it may be too late. Suppose the race has lost its manliness and has become a savage animal.
Do you want to go back?
Yes, Dudley, I'm frightened. Let's go back. Dudley!
From over there in the bushes.
It sounded human.
Come on.
But Dudley, we don't have any weapons.
Come on.
Oh, it's a child. Look, it seems to be a very small girl.
There's been a beast here of some kind. It struggled with her. Look at the marks on her arms.
See here, my dear. You'll be all right now. You won't be harmed. Of course, she wouldn't understand English.
I don't think it's that. She's motioning us to go with her. I don't believe they have any language at all, Dudley.
What about the animal? Did you see her?
No, not a glimpse. It was too fast for us.
Perhaps we'd better go back, Dudley. The girl seems to be all right now.
Leave her like this, without seeing her people and the way they live? You want to go back so soon?
Yeah, I've had enough.
Well, they haven't, old man. Because they're here. All around us.
They had crept up on soundless feet to surround us, the little people of this era. And the girl we'd saved was not a child, but a full-grown woman. For they all stood 4 feet high, dressed in simple tunics, beautiful creatures, but terribly frail, with a plump, soft kind of frailty. Their mouths were small, and their little chins ran to a point, and they made no sound. They were like eerie figures in a dream, and all we could hear was the heavy rustling of their clothes as they surged happily around us, their faces wreathed in smiles. Why, they're not savage at all. They're very loving and gentle little...
4 feet tall. Are they talking about the people or the... That, so we get shorter in the future. 100,000 years from now, we'll be very short.
people.
Yes, but there's something terribly wrong with them.
How do you mean?
They seem to have the minds of 5-year-olds. This one over here has been trying to talk to me with gestures. Look at him. He seems to be asking me if I've come from the sun or a thunderstorm.
How did you expect them to be?
Far ahead of us, of course. Incredibly ahead of us in knowledge and in science. And look at them. Children.
Oh, they seem happy in this huge garden of theirs. That's something. I've changed my mind, Dudley. Maybe we shall enjoy spending a few days with our little friends.
The little people led us home into their valley. They lived in colossal buildings, sleeping all together in one huge hall, eating in another, playing and frolicking together in the sunshine, and Dudley and I lived with them for days in utter contentment. One afternoon, we walked together along the banks of the great river.
There's no apparent difference among the sexes. They all wear the same clothes, have the same soft, hairless skin, same feminine roundness of limbs.
Yeah. I wonder if it's because they're vegetarians.
Well, they're vegetarians.
There's nothing better than a good frolic. More people should just go out into the field and just frolic for a while. Always a good thing, right?
Because they have to be. You haven't run across any horses or dogs or cattle of any kind, have you?
No, now that you mention it.
With good reason. They're all extinct by now. Just as the dinosaur is with us.
Dudley, there's something very strange here. Something hidden away and silent.
You may be right. Anyway, I've taken the precaution of removing the controls from the machine. I don't much fancy the idea of someone riding away with it into another century and leaving us here for the rest of our lives.
Dudley, do you recognize this bit of ground?
Why, yes, this is where we landed.
I thought so. I wasn't sure.
Why do you ask?
Can't you see? Look around. It's empty. What's happened to the machine?
They've taken it away. They've stolen it.
Where, Dudley? Where?
Look. See the tracks where they've dragged it? Over here. Come along. Right here. By this monument, the end of the trail.
Those are brass doors in the base, and they're locked.
The machine, it must be in there inside. We must get it. Break down the doors.
Oh, how? How can we?
Here, we use the levers.
Oh, it's no good, Dudley. They're solid. We'll never break through.
Never. Never? Do you mean stay here for all our lives? Do you mean never go home again? They must open the machine, the time machine.
The time machine was gone. The brass doors of the monument held. Our retreat was cut off, the thin line by which we could make our way back home, back to our own time and our own people. But there seemed nothing we could do. We had no way of communicating with the little people, of asking what they had done with the machine and why and how to get it back. They merely stood around and watched our vain efforts. There was nothing hostile in their attitude. They were more like simple, wondering children. Only one, the young woman, Weena, whose life we had saved on our first day, had become really friendly. She went with us wherever we walked and brought us presents of garlands of flowers, slept near us at night in the hall, and we in turn had taught her a few words of English. Now, we redoubled our efforts, like men racing against a clock, so that we might speak to her and discover the secret of our immense loss.
No, not these, Dudley. No.
How can you be so sure that your people didn't steal the machine? Aren't there any thieves among them? Are they all perfect?
That's a lot, Dudley. You'll waken them. Besides, she doesn't understand.
But the thief must be sleeping somewhere in this hall. Weena, they take machine.
No, Dudley. No.
Who then? Who?
We are friends.
Yes, friends.
We must have machine.
Yes, Dudley. Yes.
Who took machine? Are there other people? Not yours.
Others.
What about those doors, Weena? Doors. Open.
No. Oh, no.
Weena, machine in there must open.
No. No, not open.
All right, my dear. Go to sleep. Get some rest.
Yes, Dudley. Sleep.
You too, Fowler. Try anyway.
Yeah, I've tried. It's no good.
What's to become of us, Fowler? Are we caught here in this century? Should we spend our lives with the little people and their secret?
Try to sleep, Dudley. We'll go back to the monument tomorrow. We'll find a way of breaking in. Dudley.
Yes?
Did you just... There it is again. What? Something on my face, cold and filthy to the touch. On my face and in my hair, cold as death. Dudley!
You're right, my boy. There's something in here with us.
I smell of the grave. What was it?
I don't know. But look at them. The little people are all awake. It's as though they've been stampeded.
Let's get out of here. I want some fresh air.
You've woken the little people.
We went quickly through the hall and outside, away from the frantic rustling of the little people and into silence. The moon was full just overhead, and it was close to dawning. There was a faint sound speeding close behind us, and we turned, our nerves ragged and our muscles tensed. But it was only Weena coming swiftly to join us.
Weena, come closer, my girl.
Dudley,
Tell us, what do your people fear? What makes them afraid?
Is he saying Weena or Wiener? He maybe he's hungry. He wants some hot dogs.
afraid. Darkness.
And there is something.
What do you mean, darkness?
Dark things. Dark places. Night.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Why should they be afraid of the night, Dudley?
Perhaps it's not the night alone. Dark places. That's our cue. Perhaps it's something underground.
First of all, great episode. Time Machine. I love this. Escape did a good job at this story, condensing it into a half hour. Really, really good. But hello to everybody in the chat. I do appreciate you guys all showing up on Dino Brickhaven to listen to some old time radio while I build this haunted house. Red is here, Liz is here, and everybody else. Sean, I think I shout out everybody, but thank you guys for all being here, and make sure you give a thumbs up, and definitely comment on stuff on the channel as I get more and more content up there. Again, a very big city update. You guys are going to be really excited because I've got a story to tell as I walk through it, and it's just filled with all kinds of cool stuff. The newest thing I put up there was a detective's office. There's a lighthouse that was just built. The cabins over there with new trees, and I've experimented with shrubbery and bushes, and it's really coming along really good. So thank you guys all for being here. I really do appreciate it. Back to Escape, the Time Machine.
By now it was light, another day. We had wandered into a lovely wooded place about a mile from the community. Suddenly, Weena screamed.
Dudley!
We stopped short. A pair of glaring eyes was fixed upon us. As we stood there petrified, the thing, a little ape-like figure, rushed across our path and disappeared in a clearing about 30 yards away. What was it?
I couldn't see it too well. It seemed to be dull white, with white hair in its head and down its back.
Looked like a small ape.
That's because it was running on all fours with its arms held very low.
Weena, what's the matter?
Morlocks. They are Morlocks.
Who are the Morlocks? What are they? Weena, tell me.
No, go away.
Let's go over there and see where it disappeared.
In the clearing, we found a round, well-like opening. I leaned over and looked down a deep shaft, and as I did so, I saw a small white creature retreating down a ladder in the well. Something like a human spider. Its large, bright eyes watching me as it went swiftly down, and then it disappeared in the shaft.
Fowler, did you see it? Like an ape?
Yeah, but like a man.
So there are two species of men in this world. Hey, Fowler.
Yes.
The little people above the ground, and this obscene thing, this bleached monster below. Two races of men in this country.
That white look. It's common to animals that live in the dark, like huge rats, like worms that are cold to the touch. I know because they've touched me.
You can feel air being sucked down into the shaft.
Yes.
The earth must be tunneled enormously here under our feet. And these monsters live in the tunnels.
I think we know now who stole our time machine.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Then
We'll go down and have a look.
No, don't go.
Why not, Weena?
Morlocks, you never come back.
We've got to have our machine, my dear. You wait for us here.
No.
But we went down, our heels ringing on the small metallic bars that were meant for creatures so much.
Sorry, I know I keep interrupting the show, but yeah, Edward Stewart. This early, you're going to start talking food? veal parmesan of all things. As I sit here, I just ate a fish sandwich. I thought that was healthy enough for me. You're talking veal parmesan. Oh, that sounds so good. I'm sorry I keep interrupting. Back to Escape. Mr. Interruptus, right? Isn't that what I do?
Smaller than we, down we climbed, down, down, ever in darkness. Down, it seemed, into the center of the earth, into the core of the world. How much longer?
We won't know till we reach bottom.
Could only stop and rest.
It can't be much further.
I'm so terribly tired.
Hang on, old man. You hear that? Like machinery. We're almost there.
Oh, thank heaven for that.
All right, Fowler. I'm at the bottom. Come along, just a few more steps. Give me your hand, Fowler. Good. We're here.
Yeah. In the land of the Morlocks.
You have a match?
Yeah. Here.
There seems to be a large vaulted cavern at the end of the passage.
What do you suppose they'll do if they catch us?
I've no idea, so we'd better take care not to get caught. Another match.
That throbbing noise.
It's probably the ventilating system pumping air down. There must be thousands upon thousands of these Morlocks living under the earth.
And we haven't seen any yet, except for our friend who came down ahead of us. Why do you suppose they wanted our time machine?
I think they wanted us, Dudley, not the machine.
And we've come to them.
We must. It's our only chance. Fowler, if that noise does come from air pumps,
Well?
why is it so stuffy here? So oppressive.
Dudley, that smell.
Blood. Light another match.
Dudley, look! Straight ahead, on the white metal table.
It's set for a meal.
Yes, with a big chunk of bloody meat.
And we know that cattle are extinct.
What do they feed on, these Morlocks?
Don't you know?
I guess I do.
Another match.
All right, Dudley? Dudley? I haven't got any more. We've used our last match.
All right, we'll have to go back there then. We know the secret now, anyway. The Morlocks living here underground are the masters of this age. And our friends up above. Fatted cattle, fed by the Morlocks, clothed and supplied and housed until the day when they're cut out from the herd and brought underground as food. This is the future you're looking at. This is what we men of the 20th century shall come to.
Dudley, what is it?
I felt hands, cold hands.
Take one of these levers. Use it as a weapon. Lash out. Against the wall. Fowler, here beside me.
Dudley, what do we do?
Do! Fight them! Kill! Use your lever man like this!
Dudley, they're all around us.
This way, Fowler! This way! Back this way!
We went back in that evil darkness, fighting every step as we went, back to those projecting bars, kicking and clawing ourselves loose from their pallid, grasping hands and climbing up again toward daylight and freedom, away from their stench and the eagerness of their icy hands. And they didn't follow, for daylight was their enemy and their great fear. And we lived among the lush gardens of the gentle little people like prisoners, like men without reprieve, like men who are dead, though they still walk the earth. For the time machine was locked away behind great brass doors, and we knew we could never force them open. Then, one day, Weena told us of an old building, an ancient, staggering structure that had survived through many ages and was filled with many curious objects.
A museum. That's what it must be, a museum, Fowler. Perhaps from some earlier time.
Well, I'm in no mood to go looking at a museum.
But don't you see? Specimens are hermetically sealed in museums. Perhaps there are things, weapons, machinery, something we could use.
Oh, sure. If we could find some dynamite or gunpowder or something.
We could blast those doors. We could get in.
Where is this place, Weena? This old building that no one ever goes near.
I take you, Fowler. It not far.
A chance, old man. A slim chance, but a chance nonetheless.
All day we wandered through the great ruined halls. The building had been deserted and in disuse for perhaps a century. The childlike men of that time had long since ceased to care about anything but their own personal comforts. It was late afternoon and growing dark when we came upon the chemical section. We'd found nothing useful to us until then. And now came the worst disappointment of all.
And it's dust. All of it. It's been dust for centuries.
Another dead end. It's hopeless.
We were out of our heads to hope that nitrates would retain their form for 100,000 years.
We better go if nothing here.
Wait just a moment. There's something in this case.
You can break it with your lever.
Stand back a little. Hallelujah. A box of matches hermetically sealed.
Yes, they're perfect. They're not even damp.
And what should we do with them? Burn down those brass doors?
Better keep them anyway. At least we can smoke again. And you can't tell.
Fowler.
Yeah?
On the floor. See them? Small, narrow footprints leading away into the darkness at the end of the gallery.
Dudley.
We'd better go.
Pick Ween up and carry him. We'll have to run for it.
Don't be frightened, my dear. It'll be all right.
Go on, run!
We came out of the gloom of that place into the deeper gloom of dusk. Suddenly, we saw we were trapped. All around us were the Morlocks. They were there by the thousand, surrounding us and coming closer, a long, even line of deathly white, their eyes blinking in the half-light, and their tiny mouths alive with appetite. The matches, Dudley. Light a fire. Here, the forest is dry.
Good. We'll have an inferno here in a minute. And our little friends don't like light or heat.
Hey, Trash Picture Show. What's up, Marty? Good to see ya. Building some Legos, the Lego Haunted House. Good to see you over here, man. Much love, bud.
The fire leaped high to the heavens, and the countryside was ablaze. The Morlocks turned in fear, blinded by the glare. Some of them burned into the middle of the raging flames, and the rest faded away like a fog. Dudley had left a narrow passageway for our retreat, and we fled down a long corridor of leaping flames and blistering heat. We fled to safety. We fled back toward the community of the little people. And as we ran, we passed the huge monument with its great bronze doors that were locked tight on our time machine. And suddenly, in the glare of the distant fires, we saw something that stopped us short.
They're open. Fowler, the doors are open.
No, not go in, Dudley, no.
It's a trap. They're ready for us inside.
Ready or not, we're going in.
Dudley, it's suicide.
It'll take me about 1 minute to screw the levers in again. Then I touch them and we're away.
All right. I'll try to give you your 1 minute.
Good boy.
No, go, not leave me.
You, my dear, you hold tight around my neck. You're coming home with us.
All right, let's go. We're in. Look! The machine, they haven't harmed it.
I don't see them.
Yet. Come on, quickly. Give me that other lever.
The doors, Dudley, they're closed.
Get in the seat. I'll be ready in a minute.
I waited for the hum that would signal our departure, and there in the darkness, the Morlocks were finally upon us, cold,
Yeah, turkey tends to dry out quicker than chicken. At least chicken stays moist, but as long as you throw a bunch of cranberry sauce on there on Thanksgiving and coleslaw and sweet potatoes, I don't care.
distant fingers swarmed over my body, tugging at me, sucking me away from the machine, but I held tight to Weena as a man holds fast to life and tried to kick them away with my feet. Hurry, Dudley! Hurry!
I can't seem to get these levers.
Quick, or we're done!
Just another turn, and it's... There, Fowler. We're away. We're gone.
Yeah, we made it.
You all right?
I'm all right.
Good. And Weena?
Weena isn't with us.
What happened?
They tore her from my hands at the last minute. They got her.
I tried to save her. I couldn't.
I know, old man. I still got a piece of her tunic here in my fist.
A little piece of her tunic, Dudley. But nothing else.
And so we came home again. Back into the very minute from which we had left. Back into 12 noon, May 9th, 1948. We were in Dudley's laboratory again, motionless, sitting on the ridiculous contraption which he called a time machine. Was it all a dream? A mad and feverish dream? Did any of it happen? Could any of it happen? No, of course not. How stupid. But then, what's this? What of this jagged piece of thick green silk I hold in my hand? What does that mean?
Escape, produced and directed by Norman MacDonald, tonight brought you The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, adapted for radio by Irving Ravitch, with Eric Rolfe as Fowler, Jeff Corey as Dudley, and Kay Brinker as Weena. The musical score was conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Next week.
You are wandering in a vast white solitude, torn by the icy blast of Arctic wind. Your strength ebbing and frozen death creeping up on you, and behind you a man with a gun from whom there is no escape.
Next week, we escape with another great story of hot...
Well, there you go. The Time Machine, H.G. Wells episode of Escape. That was a pretty cool condensed version of The Time Machine. Definitely very, very cool. If you guys got an episode of Escape that you guys want me to play, let me know. It's good to see Marty in here. The Trash Picture Show, going to dust off again, Dino, working on a video, how NECA fucked up the spoiling a big plot point in Aliens Romulus. I have Jan in the background. Very cool Trash Picture Show. Very cool. Yeah, listen, I always keep up with the little, like, stop motion stuff you do with the action figures and stuff like that. Love that. Especially, I think you post most of them on Instagram. I don't know how long it's been since you posted something over there, but I do keep up still. Very cool, though. Yeah, good point. Good point. So, yeah, let's see. Take care, Sean. Definitely good to see you. What room in the haunted house is he building? Listen, that was bag one. I just got through one bag during one episode. So, you know, that's pretty cool. This is probably going to be the front, nope, the back part of the haunted house. If you see the pictures, because it's coming together. I like the bat, and I like that there's a gravestone there. I can kind of copy that when I make my own haunted house. Yeah, I think they did a good job there. Let me see. Does it show? Is that right in the front? Yeah, that's right in the front of the haunted house. Right in the very front. So, on to bag two. Let me see. I'll come up with another show. Which room in the haunted house? It is not a room. It's actually the front, very front of the haunted house. So you got the very front with the windows. This room, I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. There's a pail in there with a pick and a shovel to bury with. So something to do with the gravy. I have no idea yet. I really don't. On to bag 2. Let's see. What can I play? Let's see. What good episode? It's a violent night. Footprint leads to... Okay, let's see. Horrific death. Let's see. I'm just going to play this one and see how this goes. Enjoy this episode of Escape as I go.
Tired of the everyday routine? Ever dream of a life of romantic adventure? Want to get away from it all?
We offer you Escape. Escape, designed to free you from the four walls of today for a half hour of high adventure. Escape, brought to you by your Richfield gasoline dealer and the Richfield Oil Corporation of New York. Marketers of Richfield gasolines with xylene, Rich Lube, all-weather motor oil, and other famous petroleum products. Look for the Richfield Eagle on the cream and blue pumps.
Tonight, we escape with a story of the murderous priests of a weird cult hidden in the barren deserts of Mexico. As Governor Morris tells it in his famous tale, The Footprint.
Here it is. Now, you see me, buckos. Here's the Gulf of California.
Yeah.
And up here near the Barra de San Jorge, on the coast of Sonora, we find two bays divided by a high spit of sand with a granite pillar marking the bay to the north. It's a massive thing, that pillar. Easy to find. You can't miss it. Then there's 20 miles...
The one thing this haunted house has is, because if you guys notice, see how it closes up? There's going to be different sections that are going to close, and when you open it up, the thing I really like about this is the interior rooms. There's going to be so much detail on the interior rooms, which is going to be cool. I don't even know if I can... Let's see. Can I show it on the box here? Let me make this big and see what I can actually show you guys with the pictures. Okay, there you go. Let's see. So you've got a lot of stuff in every one of these rooms when you open them up. There's even a torture chamber up there. Let's see. There's some ghosts. I love the organ there. See the organ? Oh my God, I'm trying to get this in the view. I love the organ. And then you go all the way up. Oh my God, I can't even get it up that high. And then there's two people. Dang it, let me move the mic. There's two people way up there. See them in the bed in the tower? Let me get it as close as I can. Baron. Laying up there in the bed at the top of the tower. And something happens because this is motorized. It'll be a secret. But I thought that was pretty cool. There's a lot of cool things in here. Comes with a skeleton, two ghosts, a caretaker, some guy in a wheelchair, 4 other characters. So there you go. Anyways, very cool. I like how there's lots of little tidbits in here. Anyways, back to Escape. Footprints.
Land due east from the pillar, and we find it.
Well, find what?
A Chinese pagoda.
A Chinese pagoda.
You sure it isn't a Japanese wigwam?
Ah, now, boys, I know it sounds strange, but it's the truth I'm telling you.
How did you get this map, Mr. Morgridge?
That from a Chinese, God rest his heathen soul. I did him a sort of a favor once.
You did him a sort of a favor, and he tells you where to find a fortune and rubies?
How come there's a Chinese pagoda full of rubies in Mexico?
If you know the facts, me buckles, it wasn't the Spanish who first set foot in these shores.
Huh?
It was the Chinese.
Come on, you guys.
Thanks, Mr. Morgridge. We're sorry to take up your time.
Oh, now, wait a minute. It's a nice trip on a good, sound schooner. And if you like sailing, what have you got to lose?
And there was nothing to lose except the $200 a head he charged to outfit the schooner. And that was cheap enough for a summer's cruise, and we all liked sailing. Well, we took it easy after we left San Francisco, heading around the Cape of Lower California, hitting La Paz, and then up and across to Guaymas, and on into the northern part of the Gulf. And after 2 weeks of searching for a pair of bays marked by a granite pillar, we finally anchored in a small inlet to look for fresh water. Yeah, the relief from constant sailing was good.
Come on. Draw a card, will you, Chris?
Yeah. Jim, you're blitzed. You're a lousy card player.
Yeah, you're just lucky, Pinhead.
And that makes 500 you owe me.
Yeah. I'll pay you when we find the rubies.
You deadbeat.
Chin up, lads. We'll find that pillar yet.
Ah, nuts, Morgridge. We've looked into 50 of these bays. Why don't you cut out the act?
What are you talking about, lad?
Just come right out and say it. You cooked up this whole deal as a meal ticket.
You can't see anything through those binoculars except what we've already seen 100 times.
There isn't a hunk of granite in 500 miles. You know it.
Well, to think the thought could enter your mind. Why, I'm as put out as any of you. But now's the time to persevere, and we'll find it.
Skip it.
Come on, deal.
Hey, wait a minute. Now, there's something for you.
What?
There's a boat heading into the bay.
We scrambled up to Morgridge at the bow. Boats were rare this far up the Gulf. She was just rounding into the bay a quarter mile off. She looked like one of the fishermen we'd seen down by Guaymas, but not quite.
Better one of you get the guns out of the locker. There's no use taking any chances.
I'll get it.
By the time Meph came back with the guns on deck, the stranger was close inshore. And as she came about, we saw him through the binoculars, seated on the open stern, holding a yellow umbrella to keep off the sun. A Chinese dressed in gleaming white. He was mountainous with fat, and his big, round, smiling face glistened with sweat. Another Chinese, stripped to the waist, came out of the big cabin, lowered a dinghy, and hopped in. The big Chinese swung his rolling fat over the rail. We watched the fat man being rowed into shore and continued watching as the dinghy skipped back to the boat which headed out to sea. Until it rounded the horn of the bay, the Chinese just stood there. And then he picked up his yellow umbrella, turned, and waddled across the beach, lumbered over a dune, and was gone.
Oh, what do you make of that?
I don't know, but now's the time to find out. Let's go ashore.
Look at that guy's footprints. He must weigh a ton.
You said it, man.
Come on, boys, this way. Up the dune.
Yeah, I can't run that fast in this stuff.
Hey, boys! Boys!
Huh? What's got into him?
Well, get up the dune and we'll find out. Come on.
Call me a liar, will you?
What?
Call me a cheat. Call the map a phony, will you? Look.
What? Why, it's the pillar, the granite pillar.
No wonder we couldn't find it. It's almost buried in the sand.
Will you look at the size of it?
The rubies, boys, we've as good as got 'em.
What about our fat friend? Looks like he has the same thing on his mind.
We follow him, me buckos. It's 4 with guns against a yellow umbrella. Come on, lads.
It all seemed real now. It wasn't a corny gag. Somewhere in that desert was a fortune in rubies, and apparently that Chinese was leading us to it. Ahead of us, we could see the yellow umbrella bobbing in the distance, and for all his fat, he set us a murderous pace.
Why doesn't he stop? This is killing me.
He will, but we got to pull closer to him. Save your breath.
But he didn't stop. He kept it up the rest of the day. And the sun was like a red-hot iron on our backs, and the heat waves danced off the desert like crazy devils. For a while, just before the sun set, the heat threw up a mirage, and the fat bulk of the Chinese seemed to waddle through the sky. And then it was dark, and we lost him. Until...
Hey, look. He's coming back.
Very interesting episode, right? A sign of the times back in the day. Hello, Greg. Evening of Old Time Radio. How you doing? Good to see you. And Ballistic Bricks. What's going on? Good to see you, Ballistic. Putting together the haunted house. Getting ready early to add a huge Halloween cemetery haunted house and a mock haunted house that I will be building around September, October for the huge city update. So lots going on the rest of this year. But right now, putting together the haunted house. Really enjoying it so far. Pretty simple. Let's get back to footprints. Yikes, what an episode.
It's a Chinese. Huh. I come back to say I go 20 miles without no stop. You like to come all the way, I say nothing. Only tell you all the way nasty sand. You go back. Wish you pleasant halt and return journey.
We're not going back.
Very well. Only I, experienced traveler, and put up with no complaints. Pleasant conversation and all good friends at end of journey. You.
He means you, Johnny.
What? Me?
You got nice, respectable face. Walk with me.
Okay.
My name, Sang Ti. Very fine, rich Chinese merchant.
Well, where do you come from?
No matter. Where I go is important. Chanchan, very fine, holy place to end days in.
Holy place?
Oh, yes. You see, I am dedicated to high gods by parents when very little boy.
Oh.
They ask high gods I be given very fine, successful life. It is accomplished. Now, must pay our promises of parents to high gods.
Well, you're very lucky.
Luck? On 45th day of 45th year, I kneel before priests of high gods, pray before sacred rubies of Holy Grey Spirit, reflect on insignificance of life, and am soon strangled.
What? Strangled?
I give you honest word, being strangled at 45 is no joke. But cannot break promises of dead parents.
Well, maybe so, but
I arrange for you and friends to see ceremony. It is very dignified, interesting occurrence. Excuse me now. Please, I meditate.
He folded his hands inside his sleeves, dropped his chin on his chest, and drew ahead. We couldn't keep up with him, and 3 hours later we were still following the black holes the fat Chinese's feet had left behind. It was just an hour before dawn when we finally saw it. Chan Chin, a large stone building with a few smaller ones tucked near it. How there could have been a lake in the middle of this impossible waste was beyond understanding, but there was, a small one, and we ran for it. It was the sweetest sight in the world. We sucked it up with our paws and mouths, lay in it, patted it, kissed it. Oh, it was beautiful.
Oh, I don't care if I ever see another French bathing suit again. Oh, you lovely water, you.
Where do you suppose they be hid, huh?
What?
The rubies, me bucko, the rubies. How about that big building, huh?
He goes, I don't care if I ever see another French bathing suit again in my life. Okay, so this was what, 1948, something like that. French bathing suits. How were they? I'm trying to think. I gotta look that up. What the heck?
Looks like some sort of a heathen temple.
It is temple.
What?
Temple of high gods.
Sang Ti.
Oh, look who's here again.
You better travelers than I expect. You look a bit, then go home. Priests say very unhealthy place for unbelievers.
How many priests?
10 priests. Not many, but enough. Why you come to Chenchang?
We heard about it through a friend.
Now you see, you go before sunrise.
I couldn't move another step.
Why you come here? Maybe to steal very high god's rubies? You leave very high god's ruby box alone. You with respectable face, take friends away.
I can't, Sang Ti. We've got to rest.
You wait till after interesting occurrence of strangulation, then you go.
For a man about to meet the high gods, you're pretty calm.
Oh, very miserable business. But parents make promise. What can do? It is time.
Well, me buckos, as the fat heathen says, it is time.
Yeah, this I gotta see.
Black as pitch. You see anything?
No. Hey, wait. You hear it?
Easy.
Sounds like it's coming from somewhere in front.
Hey, look at that up there ahead. You see? Looks like it's suspended in midair.
Holy... It's the rubies, me buckos.
Gold casket studded with them. Look at them glow.
Where's the light coming from?
From that hole in the roof there. See? Sun's rising.
Hey, now look.
It's a heathen idol. And it's got the ruby box held in one of its hands.
And in the other hand, a snake. A little gray enamel snake.
Hey, watch it. Somebody's coming.
A row of green-robed priests, eyes closed in silent prayer, began filing into the circle of light. One of them stepped in front of the idol, held up a long gray cord as if for the idol to see. The circle of light widened, and we saw the kneeling form of Sang-Ti. He wasn't smiling now. He looked sad and frightened.
Hey, you don't think he's really gonna get strangled?
You got me.
Mata sa kamantu, mata sa kamantu.
As if he'd been waiting for a signal, the priest stepped quickly in back of Sang-Ti, looped the cord over his neck, and jerked.
Watch out!
C6H4 add CH3 taken twice. No, that's not Pig Latin, and it's not a secret code either. It's the scientific description of xylene. Xylene is one of the highest antinought gasoline components ever discovered by science. But here's the big news.
Xylene gasoline. Oh, that threw me for a loop. But I don't... Xylene? Were they a big sponsor for this show? I never heard of it before. Edward, thanks for looking that up. The French bathing suits are... Yeah, I mean, back in the day, what did they covered themselves up from the knees on up, right? I mean, I don't know. I thought that was kind of just odd to say. Never in my life will I wear one again. That's all I have to say. Major sense to hear crying and chimes in a haunted house. Dino put his hands up. Yeah. Yep. Oh, you know what? Everything's coming together like anything. The Lego builds, it takes time to put the little details in there. Like you see the candle and stuff like that coming in there. All these little tiny details, it slowly gets there. I think I'm going pretty good. Again, I want to have fun and all that good stuff with it. This episode is Footprints is starting to, it started out slow, but now it's got this kind of ghostly feel to it, so I'm digging it.
Every drop of Richfield gasoline you buy contains xylene. Richfield gasoline contains this super antinought component to take the knock out of hill climbing, to put a new wallop in your motor, to zip you out ahead in traffic, give you power to spare on the open road. And Richfield offers you two great gasolines to choose from, both with xylene. Get Richfield High Octane at regular price for the average motor, or Richfield Ethyl. Ethyl at its best for smooth, knockless performance in the highest compression motors. Get Richfield gasoline with xylene tomorrow. Stop where you see the Richfield Eagle under cream and blue pumps. And now we return you to Escape.
You got the priest.
The murdering hyena. Come on.
Hey, careful. Them other priests are in here somewhere.
Is
Sang-Ti.
he all right?
No, his neck's broken. He's dead.
Skip the fat heathen. One of you reach for the ruby casket.
I'll get him. Holy Moses, that must be worth a fortune.
Look out, Meph, the snake. The snake's not part of the idol, it's alive. The little gray snake struck at his hand like lightning. As Meph fell, it was already on the floor racing at Mogridge, who had grabbed the ruby casket. He smashed at it with his rifle butt, breaking the tail, and it slithered away under the idol. We looked at Meph. He was horrible, purple, like he'd been dead a week. We ran out into the desert.
Wait up, will you? Oh, I can't keep this up me buckles. This thing is heavy. There.
Let's see that casket, Mortgage. Look at him, Johnny. We're rich, you know that? We're rich.
Doesn't it mean anything to you that Meph is dead? He's dead.
Yeah, sure it means something, Johnny. It means you only split it 3 ways.
Is that all you can think about?
What do you want to do? Send him his share?
Forget I said anything. Let's get out of here.
Now, lads, calm down. There's 20 miles of Devil's Playground between us and the schooner, and we gotta start using our heads.
Well...
Yeah, settle down, Johnny. It's gonna be a hot day.
Just don't put on your French bathing suit.
The rubies flamed in the early sun. Crisp leered at them, and Morgridge's face had a look I'd never seen before. All they meant to me was Meph and that sudden, horrible death. I don't remember it getting hot. It just was.
It jerks not to get that water out of the lake.
You feel like going back?
Not me. I got what I came after. Are we going the right way?
Yeah. Sun sets in the west. We'll be walking right into it.
How far we come?
I don't know. I don't know anything except that it's hot.
Here, Chris, it's your turn to carry the casket. Oh, it's a job lugging that thing.
All right. Here, Johnny.
No.
You take the rifle.
I'll take it for you, me bucko.
No. No, Johnny'll carry it.
Why, of course, me fine boy.
Well, give it to me. Let's get going.
I wish this thing was split 3 ways already. Wouldn't be so heavy.
Seemed like the day was endless. The casket passed from Crisp to me and back to Morgridge. I got heavier each time. I didn't think of Meph anymore. The sun burned all thought of him out of my brain. As it headed down for the horizon with maddening slowness.
How much longer is it gonna hang there?
It's enough to drive a man crazy.
Hey, let's stop. I gotta stop.
We can't stop. We'll never be able to get up.
I'm no fat Chinese. I can't walk 20 miles without a stop.
If only one of them lake mirages was real.
Look. Look, do you see it? Over there on the left.
It sounded like he's
Yeah. Looks like somebody walking in the sky just over them dunes.
Looks like one of them priests.
Don't you see what it means? We saw the same thing when we were following Sang-Ti.
I mean, one of them priests is following us?
Yes, it's the casket. He wants the casket.
Now, don't get all excited. Remember, we got the gun.
There's only one of the devils. Just let him show.
He knows we've got a gun. He won't show while there's still sunlight. He'll wait for the darkest time. Just before the moon.
Well, what could he do?
I don't know what he could do, and I don't want to find out either.
Johnny's right. That's when he'd try.
Yeah. You know, I'm not as tired as I thought.
We best be moving along, me buckos.
Yeah.
There goes the sun.
We didn't run. We couldn't. Crisp was carrying the casket, and we had to stay together. All day we'd prayed for the sun to go down, and now that it had, we almost wished it was still there. The blackness was sudden and complete. We kept walking, waiting, ready for anything. But nothing happened. The dark hour passed and the moon rose.
We fooled him.
Aye, it seems that we did, me buckos. If he was there at all.
He was there, all right. Those priests let us get away too easy.
And look, you guys, let's stop. I'm bushed. There's enough moonlight now to see anything.
We'll be making it to the schooner tomorrow, easy.
It's my turn with the rubies. I'll stand first watch.
Well, I guess it's safe. Moon's pretty bright.
Oh, my bones. My muscles.
We dropped where we stood. I think what woke me was
the moonlight creeping under the brim of my hat. I felt cold. I sat up and saw Chris was asleep. His hat had slipped down over his face, but his fingers were still wrapped tight around the casket. And I looked across the desert and froze. Just for an instant, I saw a yellow face duck back behind a low dune. When I got to where it had seen it, there was nothing, not even a mark in the sand. But I had seen a face. Morgridge and Crisp were still dead asleep, only it seemed that Crisp's hat had slipped a little. And then it actually shifted, rose, and settled back. Crisp, are you awake?
What?
Don't move, Crisp. It's the snake. Kill it!
What's happened?
Crisp is dead. Look at him. It was under his hat all the time. It's the little gray snake with a broken tail. That Chinese is hunting us down.
Which way did it go?
There. You see the track?
You missed it?
Yes, I missed it. And it's coming back. It'll keep coming back until it gets us.
We gotta get to the schooner.
Leave the casket, Morgridge. That's what they want. Hasn't it caused enough trouble?
It takes a bit of trouble to get rich, Johnny, me boy. And I don't mind it a bit. Johnny, me bucko. I got to have water. Oh, help me, Johnny.
There isn't any. We've got to get to the schooner.
I know the signs, Johnny. There's water out here. Help me look.
Don't, Margaret. You'll drive yourself crazy.
Crazy, is it? Don't call me crazy. It's you. Look over there. It's bushes. Green bushes.
There's nothing, I tell you. It's just sand.
Now, don't lie, Johnny. Don't lie. I'll go fetch you a drop. It'll make you feel better. You watch after the rubies, and I'll fetch you.
No, come back, Margaret. We've got to go on.
Stay with the rubies, Johnny.
I watched him work his way over, stumbling in the sand. And then suddenly I saw it. There was something green. Margaret! Margaret, I see it! I see it too!
It's water! It's water!
No, Margaret! It's silk! Green silk! He wasn't crazy now, and neither was I. The green-robed priest rose up out of the desert, and in his hand he held the little gray snake. Morgridge was running back. And then there was darkness in my eyes, and I was running desperately with something heavy clutched in my arms. We only stopped when it was broad daylight, and the sense of fear came to an end.
Is he following?
No.
That was a close one, the dirty heathen.
Morgridge, do you feel it?
What?
The breeze. Oh, it's cool.
It's a sea breeze. It's the Gulf, me bucko. We've made it.
Look, I see it. The schooner.
And there's a whole cask of water right in deck.
The tide's up. Let's get out of here. The two of us can handle the schooner, can't we?
Even one. I done it many times. Johnny. Step away from the rubies, Johnny.
What?
Johnny, lad, you see the gun. Now step away from the rubies.
Ogridge, you're kidding.
You don't think I'd cut you in on a fortune in rubies for $200, do you now?
Put down the gun.
I didn't plan on you getting this far. I needed the three of you to carry the box. But now the box is here aboard the schooner. So step back to the rail, Johnny.
Morgridge.
Step back, Johnny. That's a fine boy.
I realized everything now. Morgridge knew that Sang Ti would come. He knew where the bay was in the fallen pillar. It led us like sheep. And I was going to die, too, in that desolate place. I felt the rail of the schooner against my legs.
But before you go, maybe you'd like one last look at the rubies, huh? I'll hold them up. Oh, ain't they beauties?
Then I saw it. The little gray snake slithering across the deck behind Morgridge. But he didn't see it.
Ain't they beauties, Johnny? Look at the colors. Red like blood and worth a fortune that won't be divided. Won't be divided at all.
And then the snake struck. I looked at Morgridge. His color began to change. It was horrible. Horrible.
Tumanay.
Huh?
Chikuto sinepotaisu.
It was the priest standing on the deck beyond Morgridge. And in his hand was the little gray snake. He picked up the ruby box, slipped the snake inside as if it had been a rare string of pearls. And then he bowed and was gone over the schooner's rail. I saw his green robe bobbing into the desert, and the rubies flashing blood red in the sun.
You don't need a fortune teller to tell you this. From now on, you'll probably have to wait longer for a new car. So don't neglect the car you've got. See to it that all points have the protection they need to save wear and breakdown in hot summer weather. And to give you that needed protection, Richfield All Point Safety Service is made to order. Richfield All Point Service gives your car the sturdy protection of Rich Lube lithium lubricant. The premium lubricant that's better all ways. You'll get expert protection for your motor, chassis, transmission, differential, and wheel bearings. Lubrication that stands up under the toughest summer driving. If you have automatic transmission, you'll get top-rated Richfield automatic transmission fluid. And finally, as an extra precaution, you'll get a safety check on your battery, tires, spark plugs, and radiator. So tomorrow, stop where you see the Richfield Eagle on the cream and blue pumps. Get Richfield All Point Safety Service. Escape is produced and directed by Norman MacDonald, and tonight has presented The Footprint by Governor Morris, adapted for radio by Richard Chandley. Featured in tonight's
yeah, I'm going to stop that there. Story's over. That was pretty good. Started off a little iffy, then it turned ghostly, and then it ended great. Footprints, Escape. Yeah, I'm on to bag 3. Got done just a little bit early. It looks like I'm doing a bag an episode, so a bag a half hour. So, you know. Yeah, this one's going to connect up with this. See, this is all going to close into one big square, just like this, if you can see. And then there's going to be another one over here. And then it's going to go straight up into a tower. So this is the next one I'm doing to connect. But yeah, over here there's going to be some kind of mechanism, I think, maybe to bring down the very top, the 2 people in the bed. And yeah, you saw the caretaker with the top hat there. I thought that was really, really cool. Hello, Jojo. Digital step instructions. Nice. Yeah, always go to the PDF. I can't see this booklet. That is tiny. I can't see it. I wear these as it is. I need to see a PDF of big screen is what I need to see. The Trash Picture Show. What prompted you to shift content? Granted, you still are keeping on foot in horror with the radio plays and stuff. Lego. Basically, the Trash Picture Show. I fell in love with Legos. You know, I'm older now. Listen, I've always loved toys. I've always loved horror toys. I still get horror toys. You know, I still do. But about a year ago, I put together a Lego set, a little Viking house, and it was really cool. Then I put together, what was the second thing I put together? I don't even remember. Anyways, then I saw the Lord of the Rings Rivendell coming out and all that, and I'm like, oh, that is so beautiful. And then I started putting together, I'm like, this is very therapeutic. this is very relaxing, and they look good. But what spurred my hobby of this now, and listen, I've gotten out of control. I've got almost every modular, and I've got a huge, almost 16 feet by 5 feet wide city, and I'm putting 2 more tables, and it's going to double pretty soon. I'm going crazy here. Just the idea of building a Lego city and putting yourself like, it's the mind's imagination, right? I mean, you look at tiny miniature little, and you get it, you like toys too, a tiny miniature little city, and you're a giant above it, and you're like, I can create my own scenes. It's like putting together a stop motion picture, kind of, you know. Ray Harryhausen, geez, I think he would be in love with this kind of format with Lego cities. I came across the video of Lego cities, and I'm like going, I am doing that. And then from there, yeah, things have just, and I'm an artist and I'm a creative person to begin with, so I've come up with really cool techniques on, like I said, next video I'll show with trees, shrubs, plants, flowers, all that. I mean, Dino Brickhaven, the name of the city, is there's a Central Park where it's loaded with flowers. There's a Parisian restaurant next door where you can eat and you go for a walk. Listen, I know I'm a big kid. I don't know what to say. But anyways, I can't say much. Granted, I have no solid theme exactly still. Cool changes of direction. Yeah, and eventually you just, you know, I've been on YouTube for 9 years now. And again, the Late Late Horror Show is going strong still, you know. But I wanted to do something else, something I enjoy immensely, and this is a hobby that I just can't stop. So there you go. That's kind of it. Paul Major, my wife, actually got interested in Legos just since she was in the hospital and now stuck at home. Yeah, I mean, there's a million reasons. Listen, everything I've been doing the past 5 years has been for people in pain, the people who need to sleep, to the sound of radio shows, and then this is just kind of an extension of therapy, like putting together puzzles to quiet and calm yourself down. So I love it, man. I love it. Did you make it to the Lego convention? It wasn't a Lego convention. It was a brick convention. So it wasn't as big as the Lego conventions, but I did take some pictures. I went with my son, and there was some really cool Star Wars sets, and I did take some pictures. I will be putting them up on the channel in the community section. So I did put a Spider-Man bust up there in the community section. But yeah, the brick convention was pretty good. It really was my first one I ever went to, and it wasn't bad. So I love that Dino loves Legos. Yeah, listen, it incorporates my love of toys, my love of horror. Like I said, this is going to encompass a huge area. This haunted house is going to go on a hill. And it's going to be my first attempt at building a hill. And down below there is going to be a huge cemetery. And then my mock haunted house I'm going to make. I've got a ton of black Legos I made sure I got a hold of, and I'm going to be doing that. The Cube. Hope you're all well. The Cube. Brick Fair. Yes, that is cool. Yeah, got a lot of pictures I'm going to be putting up for sure. Couple of really cool artists. That's what I call them. Because, man, to be able to put that stuff together like that is just unbelievable. Okay, anyways. Good to see you, The Cube. And everybody else, make sure you give a thumbs up. Thank you for being here. Going to go to another episode. It is 8 o'clock. I'm going to go till 9:30 roughly. Let's see. I'm going to do another escape. I do like playing these shows while I'm building it. It lets me build. I watch the chat. And yeah, to listen to a good story also is really, really cool. Okay, how about some voodoo? Some voodoo? That funny little voodoo that you do? Escape! Here. Oh, wait. Get back here. I went right past the episode. Here we go. Some voodoo.
Tired of the everyday grind?
Yes.
Ever dream of a life of romantic adventure?
Every day.
Want to get away from it all?
Please.
We offer you Escape.
And Legos.
Escape, designed to free you from the four walls of today for a half hour of high adventure.
You are making your way, tearful and alone, through the dark Caribbean night. While ahead of you, arms held out to you, stands the most beautiful girl you've ever seen, and the most evil.
Listen now as Escape brings you Herb Purdam's terrifying story, The Running Man.
It's Arnold. Get to the chopper.
It was hot in Taylor that night when it began. The little Honduran banana port simmered and stewed in a sticky heat that made your bones soft and your skin wet. Even Chato's casino wasn't much relief. The usual handful of Chapinis and Caribs crowded around Chato's warped and tired roulette table, while above, the big ceiling fan slowly churned up the warm, smoky air.
All right, little ball. Come anchor in that number 4.
Numero 4, senores. Rojo. You win again, Captain Markham.
That's the way I like it.
You've got it, Markham, all of us.
My lucky night, lad. Yours will come.
Not me. I don't have lucky nights. That's Tomas.
Es verdad, Senor Owen. Lo siento mucho.
Yeah. I'm sorry, too.
I was hoping you would not be coming to see me tonight, Owen.
It's a monotonous world, Chato. Every night you sit there on your stool playing that mandolin and watching me lose money. Every night I lose it and come to you to borrow it back. It's a pretty dull circle.
For you? Que lástima.
I don't want pity, just money. 500 lempiras.
Ah, yes.
Well, come on, let's have it.
You're in a hurry, Owen. Always in a hurry.
I like to get places fast.
I know, but I think maybe you're running so fast you miss what you are passing.
Thanks for the philosophy, but I need the money more. What's the matter? My credit no good?
You owe me 4,000 already, Owen.
So? My plantation's worth 10 times that.
Plantations, I don't want. Just money.
Okay, forget it. I'll just have to sell some more bananas. Good night, Cheto.
Buenas noches, amigo.
Good evening, Owen.
Hello, Mr. Loomis. Mind if I sit down? Hey, you lose again tonight, Owen? Chato ought to oil this swing.
We've been asking him to do that for 15 years.
Yeah, always the same answer. Mañana. Tomorrow he'll do it.
He's a Carib. He's happy.
And the swing still squeaks.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, Owen. Your socks are nearly half finished. They'll be ready by Christmas.
Christmas?
It's slow work.
You spend months knitting me a pair of socks you could buy for $5.
Well, I like to knit. Gives me time to meditate.
Is that the same reason you stay in this hole? You've been a big man for the American Fruit Company 20 years. You must have enough to get out of Honduras.
Yes, Owen, I have enough money to retire. More than enough, I guess. But it's not just a job. Taylor's my home, as it will become yours.
Oh, no. Somehow I'm going to make enough money to pull out of here.
You change your mind.
Water.
You're young and impatient with life.
At least I get things done.
That's true. In 3 years, you built up a fine plantation. You work hard, Owen. But you also throw a great deal away on Chato's wheel trying to get rich in a hurry.
Well, if you don't mind, sir, no lectures tonight. When can I start shipping?
Well, what's your deadline?
I've got an order for 3,000 stems of Baltimore cut due there in 60 days.
Company boat will be here in 3 weeks. I'll make space for your load.
Thanks.
Owen. You went broke inside?
Yeah.
Borrow?
Yeah.
You'll need some money to pay your field hands. Tell him to see my paymaster. He'll advance it.
Mr. Loomis, I don't know what to say. It just seems you're always helping me when I...
It's my pleasure, Owen. Perhaps someday you'll take over my place with the company. That would make an old man very happy.
It'd make a young man happy, too. Good night, sir.
One thing more.
Yes?
A word of advice, Owen, about Selena. Stay away from her.
Why? Because of all the talk about her?
She's a bad one, Owen. A devil. Even her own people are afraid of her.
But I'm not a carib. And speaking of the devil, I've got a date with her down at the beach. Look, sir. You don't believe in voodoo, do you?
Not exactly, but I respect it.
But I don't, sir. And Selena's the prettiest girl around here.
Yeah, she's beautiful, yes. But sooner or later, you'll find out we really are speaking of the devil.
When I got to the beach, it seemed empty except for a few sleeping gulls. Then I saw her coming towards me in the brilliant moonlight. Selena walked like a cat on parade, her body swaying in unconscious rhythm, her long black hair flowing loose and glistening over her bare shoulders. Swimming or talking or just lying quietly beside me on the warm white sand, Selena was a wonderful antidote for loneliness.
Owen, you are happy with me, yes?
Sure, Selena. Sure I am.
Then why you look at me so funny tonight?
I didn't realize I had.
But Senor Loomis, he tell you bad things about me, no?
Forget it.
You know I am not wicked like they say.
Sure, I know. But others don't. I'm tired of defending you. You've just got to stop playing around with voodoo, Selena, that's all.
I understand. I will let nothing come between us, Owen. Nothing.
Selena.
Owen. Now you'll not pay attention to what stupid people say about me. Will you?
No, Selena. Of course not.
Hello, the house. Anybody home? Here on the porch. Glad you came. I've got a surprise for you.
Surprise?
How'd the loading go?
Same as always. Ship's pulling out now. What's the surprise? My socks finished ahead of time?
Oh, no. This is far more important than my knitting. Come inside.
Well, you're certainly being mysterious about it. What is it that's... Oh.
You must be Owen. I'm Betty Stannard.
Betty's the daughter of a friend of mine, Owen.
Yeah, and as a tourista, she'll need showing around the island.
Oh, but
Betty hardly needs some showing around, Owen.
Well, of course she does, and I'm the one to do it.
But you don't understand. She is...
All right. We'll let her decide. How about it, Miss Stannard?
Oh, well, you're rather impetuous, aren't you?
You should see him when he's gambling.
Well, Miss Stannard, what's the verdict? Can I be your guide?
Well, since you insist that I need one, I'll be delighted.
Well, you've now traveled on Taylor's One Railroad. 56 miles of it belongs to the American Fruit Company, but those last 4 miles are all ours.
Oh, and so impressive. Even from the maintenance car.
There's our house.
Your house. I'm only a turista, remember?
But if you stay, you'll be a chapine.
I think I'd rather be a turista.
What? Give up a chance at this wonderful life of tropical skies and red bananas.
And chiggers and scorpions and zopos and mosquitoes.
Huh?
And sopalotes and paludismo.
Wait. Stop.
Something wrong?
Plenty's wrong. I spent 3 days showing you the sights of Taylor and the banana plantations, but I never said anything about black buzzards or malaria. Where'd you learn all that?
Here. I was raised in Taylor. Well, Are you going to show me your house and the rest of your plantation?
So you can make more fun of me?
Oh, you were the one who insisted I needed a guide.
You and Loomis must have had quite a laugh.
Well, I admit it started out as a joke. But...
Yes?
Well, I've spent every day with you since I came here. That's a lot of time to waste on a joke.
Perhaps you mean it's a lot of time to waste on me.
It wasn't wasted, Owen.
Betty, I owe you an apology.
Owen...
With me, it started as a kind of a game, too, but now it's changed. In 3 days, it changed.
Changed for me, too.
Then you...
Yes, Owen.
Oh, Betty. Betty.
No, wait. Before you say anything, Owen, there's one thing you must settle. You're gambling.
Oh? What about it?
You must quit, Owen, completely.
You're serious?
I've never been more so. Will you do it for me?
Well, with my bad luck, I guess it won't be too hard to quit.
Promise me, Owen.
All right, you have my word on it.
Good. And now go on about the tropical skies and red bananas.
Zompopus and all?
Zompopus and all.
What?
Oh, no. What was that?
I don't know. It came from those trees there, near my house.
It sounded vicious somehow.
Probably just a wild cat. I think I'd better take you home, Betty.
Owen, that wasn't a wild cat.
Let's not talk about it. There's nothing to worry about, Betty. Nothing. It was dark when I got back to my house and found the Carib servants gone. The reason was in the living room. In the flickering light of 7 small candles lay what was left of 3 white chickens, ripped apart in a fury of feathers and bones. But it was the blood that made the scene one of utter horror. Dark, glistening blood. And crouching in the candlelight was Selena. When she lifted her head, I saw her eyes. They were dark fires of...
What's up, fanatics? Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. Putting together the Lego Haunted House. Getting pretty far. I'm on bag 3. I think bag 3's got a lot more pieces. Going to take a lot longer to do. But we are also listening to an episode of Escape, Running Man. And this one isn't as good as the last 2 for sure. But still pretty good. So... just go ahead, just sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll check you out after as well. Thank you very much. Lots going on the channel. City updates, Lego City updates, stuff like that. I also do build, I've been getting into fantasy and fun hosts, so there's all kinds of stuff on the channel, but it's mainly Lego here. So enjoy and thank you. Appreciate it. Back to Running Man as I continue this build.
Heat now. And she was no longer beautiful, but something incredibly evil. Selena, why are you here? Why did you do this?
Porque gods and devils love and hate, but no one knows why. Why?
Get out, Selena. Get out and take this voodoo junk with you.
I will go. See. But you will come to me, Owen. You will come.
Never.
You will come, for you are cursed tonight. I have put the curse of fortune on you, Owen.
The what?
From now on, you will never be able to lose. My wedding gift, sweetheart.
We will return to Escape and tonight's story, The Running Man, in just a moment. Univac, the magic electronic computer that adds up figures faster than people can think, will be on the job election night along with CBS Radio's top newsmen. Don't miss the special Election Returns broadcast at 6:15 p.m. New York time. And make CBS Radio your election headquarters on election night starting at 8 p.m. New York time. And now, back to Escape.
You will never be able to lose a bet.
Believe it? No, of course I didn't believe it.
I think I started off yesterday's stream with three Skeleton Key, either last night or the night. No, last night was CBS Radio. The night before started off. The very first episode was Three Skeleton Key with Vincent Price Edwards. So, yep, a great.
A voodoo curse by a hysterical Carib girl? Who would? But I found myself thinking about it, wondering what it would be like never to lose a bet. And I kept thinking about it, about all the wealth it could bring, the freedom, the chance to get out of Taylor. And finally, I decided to test it. At least then I could forget the whole ridiculous business.
Oh, my, this last batch of yarn is certainly inferior. It's time today it's broken.
Mr. Loomis, do you have a deck of cards here?
Yes, I think I do.
Where are they?
Well, let's see. Oh, yes, in that drawer there.
I don't see. Oh, yes, here they are.
Oh, good. You going to play some rummy with Betty? I always like that game.
Would you cut cards with me, sir?
What's that?
Oh, now, Owen, you know that I don't gamble. For a penny. That's all, just a penny. Go ahead.
Oh, very well. There. Queen of clubs.
Now, my turn. King. I win. Try again.
9.
Jack. Again. Keep cutting.
6 of hearts.
8 of hearts. Again.
Oh, and isn't this a little bit silly?
No, please.
Well, all right. King. Try and beat that.
Ace.
Fanatics. Sorry, I interrupted the show again. Or the Running Man. But listen, Fanatics, I was all up on that. I'm like, Funhole, they're making a modular. The antique store, Susan's Antique Company. And I was all excited, and I was up late that night, and I saw, oh, it's on their website, the 18th, and it came out the 19th. And I went and bought it, thinking, you know, usually I get them off of Amazon, the Funhole, and they're here the next day. So I still haven't gotten confirmation of it being delivered. So I'm kind of a little pissed about that, but, you know, not really, because I've got so much other stuff to build that when it gets here, it gets here. I mean, hopefully in a couple weeks here. But, yeah, I've got it because they're shipping it overseas. It's going to take a couple months. A month. Yeah, probably about a month. And I was a little disappointed. I wanted to see it right away and start working on it because I just finished the saloon. But I will have to check out your review, Fanatics, on, you know what? Let me go ahead and make sure can I do that now? Let's see. Go to your channel and subscribe. I just subscribed to you. So I will check that out as soon as I can. Because, yeah, I'd like to see your take on it. But, yeah, it's going to take a while to get here. I'm kind of pissed. Anyways.
Well, you are in luck today.
I can't lose. Do you understand? I can't lose. The curse is working.
Curse? Oh, darling, that sounds like voodoo.
Voodoo? Maybe. I just don't know, but I just won 4 times in a row.
Oh, and what are you talking about? Is something the matter?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out right now.
Owen!
Shadow, I've got to play the wheel.
Too early, amigo. Later.
Now, Shadow, now.
So much impatience, my friend. The croupier is not here. No one is here but me.
Well, then you run the wheel.
Me? But I am the owner. It's not proper that I roll my...
Proper? Who cares if it's proper?
I do. Work later and you can
You
play...
don't hear well. I want to play that wheel now, Primitivo.
Primitivo? You're giving me much insult, senor. An apology would save me the trouble of having to kill you.
Night, Jody. Take care.
I'm sorry, Chato.
Thanks for stopping by as usual.
That was a stupid thing for me to do. Here. I hope I didn't break it.
Well, it is all right.
I lost my head.
You lost a friend.
I said I was sorry.
See.
I'll come back later.
My casino is open to the public, senor.
Look, Chato, I didn't mean that crack about Primitivo.
Adios, senor.
But Adios, Chato.
Owen,
Betty.
I followed you here, Owen.
What?
Aren't you forgetting something?
I don't understand, Betty.
A promise you made to me.
Oh, of course, but this won't be gambling, Betty.
No, then what will it be?
You don't understand. I've got a curse on me. I've got to find out if it works.
And if it does?
Then I'll be rich. I can't lose.
You can lose me, Owen. And if you break your promise about gambling, you will.
Betty, wait. Betty, please try and understand what... Oh, for the Lord.
Owen, you're a fool.
Captain Markham.
You're taking a big risk with that girl. She means what she says.
No, she'll get over it. She's just worried that I'll gamble away the plantation or something. She doesn't understand about...
About the voodoo curse of Selena?
How did you know about that?
If I told you all I know about Selena, it would turn your stomach inside out. She's pure evil, lad. I learned that 10 years ago. Her curse will destroy you.
The curse of winning? That's a nice way to be destroyed.
There's no nice way to lose your soul.
Just what is it you know about Selena?
Nothing you'd believe now. But I know she wants you, and she may get you. And if that happens, may God have mercy on you, because she won't.
Well, I was warned, but it didn't matter then. All I could think about was the way I'd won cutting cards with Mr. Loomis. The curse seemed to be working. Maybe I was a man who couldn't lose. And that night in Chato's casino, I found out.
Número 7, señores. Rojo. You win again, señor Owen.
10 times, 20 times, I won. In half an hour, I had won nearly 4,000 lempiras.
Número 16. You cannot lose tonight, señor Owen.
Oh, not just tonight, Tomas. I can't lose, period. And to prove it, I'm going to break the bank right now. The whole works on number 1.
You're pressing your fortune, senor.
At 35 to 1, I'm pressing your fortune, Chato. When that ball drops, I'll own this place. I've got Selena's curse on me, Chato. I can't lose.
Alto.
Hey, what's the idea of stopping the wheel?
The game is close, senor.
Pretty much about this guy's just a gambler, man. Good to see you, Broken Bone Bricks. Yeah, good to see you. Just putting together the haunted house Lego.
I can't do that.
I've done it, senor.
Afraid it's Selena's curse?
You call me primitivo. That gives me the right to have a savage superstition.
Chato, please. Please, give me a chance. This is the only place in Taylor to gamble. And I have
Senor, you are unwelcome here. My game is close to you permanently. Leave the chips on the table and your debt to me is cancelled.
But... All right. All right, I'll get out of here. I'll get out of Taylor. There are plenty of places in the world where I can play, and not for lempiras either.
So, Owen is gambling at the casino.
And winning. Selena has him bewitched right enough.
Isn't there a way we can stop this?
Well, lass, it depends on Owen. If he has the will to stop gambling, yes. But if he doesn't...
Owen!
Mr. Loomis, Will you buy my plantation?
Why? Oh, and you don't mean that?
You can have it at a bargain. It's worth $20,000. I'll sell it to you for 10.
No. Owen, you worked for 3 years.
Betty, I can run that 10,000 into millions. Don't you understand? But not here. I've got to go where the money is. Monte Carlo, Deauville.
No, I will not let you do this.
You won't. Well, you're taking a lot on yourself, Mr. Loomis.
Haven't I always, Owen? You're like my own son. You know that. I can't let you throw away your life on this crazy...
I'm tired of having everyone tell me what to do. All I want to know is what you'll give me for my plantation. Name your price.
Nothing.
Nothing? Betty, talk to him. This is our chance to be rich. I can make enough for all of us, but I need a stake.
You have enough money now, Owen. If you don't throw it away...
Throw it away? I'm going to turn it into a fortune. You call that throwing it away?
You don't get anything for nothing, Owen.
But I tell you, I can't lose. The curse works. I've tried it.
Even if it works and you can't lose, it's still a curse, lad. There's no happiness
Shut up,
in it.
shut up. I won't listen to any more of this sanctimonious drivel. Mr. Loomis, give me 5,000.
No, not 5 cents, Owen.
But you've got to. There's no one else.
All right, now, listen to me. I'll give you 20,000 for your plantation.
Well, that's more like it.
On the condition that you stay here in Taylor for 6 months to think it over.
6 months?
Yes. And if you still want to leave,
You're out of your mind. I'm leaving on the next boat, and you can't stop me.
I can. I'm a big man in Taylor, remember? Before you get your clearances from all the ministries and the national police, I can have you wrapped up in so much red tape you'll never get away.
It won't work.
It will work. And for your sake, I'm going to make arrangements tonight. Now.
No, you can't do this to me.
I'm doing it for you, Owen. Well, that's the difference.
No, I won't let you do it.
Now, let me pass.
I said no, get back.
Mr. Loomis.
I'm sorry.
No.
Lass, what is it? Oh.
What's the matter? Is he hurt?
He's dead.
Just a little push, that's all. But when Markham lifted the old man, I could see he'd fallen on the needles with which he was knitting. The needles were buried in his back, and now blood was dripping from them onto the socks he'd been knitting for me.
You killed him. He was trying to help you, and you killed him.
No, it was an accident. I didn't mean...
Didn't you?
I only pushed him.
I think I'd better get the police.
Markham, wait. Betty, you know I didn't mean to hurt him. You know that, Betty.
Don't touch me.
But please, listen. I love you.
Get away from me. I don't want your love. Just leave me alone.
Won't you even let me explain?
Explain to the police, Owen.
Police? No. Markham, I've got to stop him.
Yeah, the two people up at the very top of the tower in the bed, Broken Bones. Yeah, you're correct. It's a drop elevator that goes all the way down. They go, oh, you know. So we had a ride like that. Cedar Point is close by to here. It's called Demon Drop. It's not there anymore, but you would go up to the top level, just straight down. But yeah, there is a lot of, as you would know, Broken Bones, if you've made this, I think, a lot of little intricate little wheels and stuff. I mean, it's not Technics, but there's a lot of components here to make this. Very interesting. And of course, this is going to work its way all the way up to the tower. I'm not a big fan of this episode, but we will finish it out. 4 more minutes.
Markham, stop! Markham, please help me. They'll hang me.
They sure will.
But you know it was an accident. You can help me get away. Your boat.
My boat to get away? I'd scuttle her first.
Markham, I'll give you anything. Money.
Get it through your head, Owen. You killed one of the finest men that ever drew a breath.
But it wasn't my fault. It was a curse. Please, Markham. We're friends.
You don't have any friends. Not now. Except maybe Selena.
Selena. Yes, Selena. She could hide me in the jungle.
Aye, for the rest of your life. All right, Owen, go to her. She'll take you. I'll let you go. It'll be a worse punishment than a hanging.
I was lost.
one moment I was a man with friends, a sweetheart, a future, a man who couldn't lose. But now I was alone in a world of hate, with nothing to hope for, not even my life, unless... Yes. I turned and I saw her, Selena. She was standing at the edge of the jungle, smiling, evil. She was waiting for me.
Under the direction of Norman MacDonald, Escape has brought you The Running Man by Herb Purdom, starring Vic Perrin. Featured in the cast were Michael Ann Barrett and Gene Bates, with Ralph Moody, Don Diamond, Barney Phillips, and Byron Kane. Editorial supervision is by John Meston, and the special music for Escape is composed and conducted by Leith Stevens. Next week.
You are standing at the entrance of a walled Arab town, while behind you, coming slowly through the night, are the shuffling footsteps of a blind beggar who will lead you into a harrowing world of darkness and terror.
So listen next week when Escape brings you Kathleen Height's strange tale of adventure in North Africa, The Return. Hear Herbert Marshall as Frankenstein on CBS Radio Suspense and Viva Zapata on Lux Radio Theater. Remember, Suspense and Lux Radio Theater tomorrow evening on most of these same CBS radio stations. Stay tuned now for Robert Trout with the news, which follows immediately over most of these same stations. Roy Rowan speaking.
Yeah, Running Man, not the greatest episode. Lots of intricate stuff going on here, man. Almost done with bag 3. Got maybe 10, 15 more minutes. Not only were there more pieces, but there were also a lot of mechanisms, which again, is gonna. I like the pillars. I like the way they're making these with the little stud, little one side there. I really like that. Very cool. Let's see. What could I do next? Let me move. See, I'm just going through my things that I didn't. Oh, here's a Ray Bradbury. Sci-fi. This will be a good one. Another Escape. Let's see. Stephanie Press is here. Oh my God, I love Frankenstein. Don't we all? I think. Listen, you could find all kinds of things on the Late Late Horror Show, but I've got like a 6-hour Frankenstein plus Suspense has that. Yeah, like they just said, there's a lot of adaptations of that. Anyways, let's do a Ray Bradbury, The Earthmen. It's 8:30. Still got a little bit of time here. Maybe 2 more episodes we'll get in. And I should be able to maybe get through bags 4, but this one's been very intricate with all the pieces. So here, let's do another one. Ray Bradbury Escape. Here we go.
You.
Sci-fi.
Finding life rather dull. Dreaming again of exotic places. Wishing you were somewhere else. We offer you Escape.
Escape with us now to the outer limits of space and the terrifying experiences of 4 men who penetrated it, as Ray Bradbury, famous science fiction writer, tells it in his gripping story, The Earthmen.
You ready, Clitheroe?
Yes, sir.
Communication number 1. Mission accomplished.
Yes, sir.
You better make sure you pause after that. Give them a few seconds to get over their excitement down there.
They'll go crazy. Be bigger than New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, be bigger than the armistice. Only one celebration will top it in our lifetime.
What's that, sir?
The one they throw when we get back. All right, now, where was I?
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. First rocket expedition to Mars landed upon Mars 12:03 Earth time. Estimated position of landing approximately longitude 345 degrees, latitude -7 degrees.
Yes, sir.
Landed without incident at edge of forest. Atmosphere, what's a good word to say it's all right for breathing?
Optimal?
Yeah. Found atmosphere optimal. Descended from rocket.
Captain Williams.
Yeah?
Prescott, sir. I see Prescott. He's running this way.
Running? Something after him?
No, he's just loping along. I think he's smiling.
Keep your binoculars on him. Sound off. It looks like he's in trouble. Descended from rocket. Sent Lieutenant Prescott on reconnaissance mission. Dugan, Prescott all right?
Yes, sir. Want me to yell to him?
No, just stay up there and watch him. Morale high. Commend efficiency and discipline of the entire crew. Lieutenant Prescott and Dugan, Sergeant Clitheroe.
Thanks, Captain.
There's enough glory for all, Sergeant. Any chance of sending that in now?
Not for 2 hours. Channels won't be clear for voice communication until 3 o'clock Earth time.
They don't even know yet that we made it. I'd like to be down there when they get that message. What excitement. Sirens, bands playing, artillery salutes.
Here's Prescott, sir.
Good. Come on down, Dugan. Prescott, you all right?
People.
Here, sit down. Catch your breath.
People. Mars has people.
All right, now take your time. You want a drink?
Mars is inhabited. People, just like home.
Any women? Let him talk. What sort of people?
Ordinary-looking people. Men, women, kids.
Hostile?
I don't think so.
Did you hear him go, any women? Any women? What the heck? There's men here. There's people here. Any women?
I came down a road, a country road, followed it at right angle into a paved highway.
Yeah?
Before I could decide whether to go right or left, I heard a buzzing sort of sound. I ducked behind a bush. Vehicle rolled past. One wheel must have a gyroscopic balancer of some sort.
Yeah.
Inside was a man and a woman.
What'd they look like?
Just like us. Hair, eyes, nose, mouth, body, clothes, everything.
Mars inhabited. Wait till they hear that down there.
Well, after it passed, I followed it. I came to a hill, and when I got to the top, there it was, a little town. Buildings, streets, just like home. And then I hurried back here.
People. And just like home, huh?
Yeah.
You suppose they're really friendly? Well, I don't see why not. You heard what he said? Civilization up here resembles the one down there. What would they do on Earth if Martians came down and established contact?
They'd make a pretty big thing out of it.
The people up here will probably treat us the same way. Even so, we're not going to take any chances. We'll be armed.
We're going into town?
Right. As soon as we camouflage the rocket. All right, start cutting some of those branches and gathering leaves. Cover it up good. I don't want anybody monkeying around while we're gone.
Right.
We can't be gone long, Captain. Channel's open at 3.
We'll be back by then, if everything goes well. Oh, can you imagine their reaction when they see us? Come on, man, make it fast. All right, men, dress it up. I'm going to knock on the door now, and keep smiling to show we're friendly, and let me do all the talking. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Wooden doors, just like it on Earth.
Yes, what do you want?
You speak English.
I speak what I speak. What do you want?
Martian speaks English. We're from Earth. I'm Captain Williams, commander of the first expedition to Mars. And you are the first Martian we've met.
Martian?
What I mean to say is you live on the 4th planet from the sun, correct?
Well, everybody knows that.
Well, we're from Earth.
Where?
It's never been done before.
What hasn't?
How is it you speak such good English?
I'm not speaking, I'm thinking. Telepathy. Now, what is it you want?
We're from Earth. From Earth.
Some other time, Mac. I got my own problems.
How do you like that?
You didn't look very bright.
I know, but...
Well, try it again. Knock on the door.
I'm in command here, Dugan. I'll do all the thinking.
Yes, sir.
I'll knock on the door and try it again.
Yes?
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Was that your husband I was just talking to?
Yes.
He shut the door so quick I never got a chance to explain.
I'm sorry, but he is busy. Can I help you? Are you
Strangers in town?
I'll say we are. We're from Earth.
Earth?
The planet Earth. Maybe you have a different name for it. The third in order from the sun. We came in a rocket. Almost 60 million miles through
Don't come
space.
near me.
I just want to see you can. You and your husband are the first people on this planet we've
Don't
seen.
come near me.
You don't understand. We're from Earth. We came in a rocket. We came in a rocket. and we... What'd I do?
Captain, don't you think we'd better get away from here, maybe?
Well, all I did was... How far is it to town, Prescott?
Quarter of a mile.
I just wanted to shake hands. What was it that scared it?
All right for us to smoke, Captain?
Sure, smoke, yell, unbutton your buttons, do whatever you want. Doesn't seem to make any difference. Nobody's paying any attention to us anyhow. You'd think these people had visitors from Earth every day. Nobody even turns around to look at us.
Can I say something, Captain?
Yeah?
We can't blame them for ignoring us, sir. We look just the same as they do. For all they know, we're just a few Martians ambling through the town square. We ought to take a chance and try telling someone else.
We've told 3 of them already. Back at that farmhouse, the man ignored us and the woman screamed and ran away. And that girl we told fainted.
Captain, looks like a bar or a soda fountain in here. Would it be all right if we went in and had something to drink?
Well, why not?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Could we get something to drink here?
Got some nice fruit, Crystal. It's all right. The same for everyone.
It's our
turn. I don't think I've ever seen you fellas around. You strangers?
We're from Earth.
Where?
Earth. Third planet from the sun.
Oh, clumsy of me. Earth, huh?
What I love about these old-time radio shows like this, like Escape in the 40s and stuff, they're talking about, and this one's adapted from Ray Bradbury's story, The Earthmen. They've traveled to Mars from Earth, and they're looking to, meet an alien life form or whatever. And as they get there, and they do this in a lot of these old-time radio shows, because back then, the 40s, I mean, they really didn't know what to expect, when it came to, what would aliens look like, this and that. I mean, they figured humans, I guess, back then, because the thing that I noticed with a lot of these shows were, it seemed like they were still on Earth. You know what I mean? Houses, people, and the people react the same way that, that's just the acting of how they wrote the screenplays for these. But I just found that very interesting, listening to all of these over the years. Albeit there are some, especially when you get into the 70s, like Alien Worlds and stuff, where they really do pop up that sci-fi. And I even think Space Patrol does a little bit better job with actually putting you into space. You know what I mean? But this is a very good story so far, but it's almost like you're on Earth. You know what I mean? They just walked into a bar or saloon or something like that. Very cool. Almost done with bag 3. Much love to everybody.
Well, what do you know?
You mean you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Sure.
That we're the first men from Earth ever to reach Mars, that it's never been done before?
That we came 60 million miles in a rocket?
Sure. 60 million, huh? Rocket, you say? Well, I'm proud to make your acquaintance.
I'm Captain Williams. This is Lieutenant Prescott, Sergeant Clitheroe, and Lieutenant Dougal.
I'm honored. I'm honored. Do you mind if I bring my son in to meet you? This is an occasion.
Sure. Bring him in.
Son, come in here. Rocket, eh? All the way by rocket. Say now.
You understand what we went through, the chances we took.
Sure. Why, you're real heroes. Let me shake hands again.
You call me, Pop?
Son, These men are from Earth. From Earth. Understand?
Yes, Pop.
We're the first men from Earth ever to reach Mars.
Isn't that wonderful, son? Think of it.
It's wonderful.
Go tell everyone. You don't mind if he tells people, do you?
Mine. I should say not.
Oh, we'd like him to.
Well, as many as possible.
Go ahead, son. Hurry. Think of it, all the way from Earth.
There were times in there when I didn't think we'd make it, I can tell you.
Hey, I'll bet there were.
Turbine conked out when we hit the stratosphere, and I began to sweat the big drop.
I can imagine. Turbine, it's pretty serious.
Well, even before we left, we were told we only had about 1 chance in 3 of making it.
Hey, I don't see where you found the courage.
We didn't even know what we'd find when we got here. You see, it's never been done before. Never.
Let me shake your hand again.
Lots of men were killed trying, but they never succeeded.
It was an honor for our little town.
You're the first to know, really. The very first.
Oh?
Your name will go down in history in all the school books with ours. Yes, and the monuments on both planets.
Hey, what is your name? Hey, wait a minute. Hold on.
What's up, Skipper?
Outside. All those people. Looks like the whole town.
Why, they must have heard the news. The glorious news from my son. Yes, they've come to welcome you.
Hey, hold your fire, men. Welcome us. It doesn't sound like they've come to welcome us, Pop.
Why, that's the man we first spoke to, the one whose wife got scared.
Gentlemen, please don't shoot. There must be some mistake. I'll just ask them why they're behaving in such a...
Here, come back here. Come back here, you old... Come back here.
Ran out on us. What do you make of that?
Captain, I don't understand this, and I don't like it.
Dugan, the back way out. See if it's clear. Prescott, you fire when I say fire, not before. Lower your gun.
They're all around us, Captain.
We'll make a break for it. 1 volley at my command.
Captain Williams.
Yeah?
Look, there's a little guy out there giving them all what for. They're starting to disperse.
Let me see.
Clear this square immediately. Immediately, I say. Go on now. Go on, all of you. Go on home.
He's coming in. Now, I'll do all the talking. Put your guns away, but stay on your toes. Dugan, let's keep our eye on the back, huh?
Gentlemen, may I apologize for the unforgivable actions of my fellow townspeople. They've acted barbarously. Barbarously.
We didn't do a thing. We were as friendly as we could be.
Well, they're ignorant, just ignorant. No reverence for science, none whatever.
We're from Earth. Did they tell you?
Oh, yes. A great honor, sir. This is without a doubt the most memorable moment of my life. As a man of science, I greet you.
What have we done to make them so hostile?
Oh, no, please, put it out of your thoughts. They're dolts, idiots. Simply because 2 women were stupid enough to be frightened. My apologies, my sincere apologies. Believe me, sir, I would never have forgiven them if they had harmed so much as a hair of your head. It's scientific marvel, and they would do you harm. It's unforgivable. Oh, we're wasting time. The members of the Institute are waiting.
Institute?
The Institute of Science. We have sole jurisdiction in such matters. The members have already been informed and are eagerly awaiting your appearance. It will cause a sensation.
Well, that's a little more like it.
This way, if you please. I have transportation waiting. And have no fear of these rustics. You're in my care now.
I'm Captain Williams, sir. Who are you?
I'm president of the Institute. My name is Dr. Brew. This way, gentlemen. This way.
Escape under the direction of Norman MacDonald returns in just a moment. How the gambling machine works, the far-reaching effect of legal and illegal gambling, domination of entire areas by racketeers. That's this week's topic on The Nation's Nightmare, tomorrow night on CBS. And now, back to Escape.
In here, Captain Williams. Go right in, please.
I won't make a speech, you understand. Just a few informal remarks.
The members of the Institute will listen to you with the greatest interest, no matter how informal your remarks. Go right in and make yourself at home.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll keep it short. We have to be back at our rocket by 3 o'clock our time in order to...
To communicate with Earth, yes. You told me, yes. Go right in. I'll join you very soon.
Thank you. After you, men.
He's a nice fella.
Wow. What an auditorium.
Must be hundreds of people. I wonder how they managed to get them together at such short notice.
Straighten up, men. They're looking at us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I am Mr.
And I'm Captain Jonathan Williams of New York City, on Earth. Thank you, one and all, on behalf of myself and my crew. Thank you.
Well, it's good to see another man from Earth. I am from Earth also.
How was that again?
There are many of us here from Earth.
You from Earth?
Yes.
But is that possible? Did you come by rocket? Has space travel been going on for centuries? What country are you from?
Tuiriol. I came by the spirit of my body years ago.
Tuiriol? I never heard of it. What was that about the spirit of your body?
Well, what do you mean there are many of us here from Earth?
Not only from Earth. He's from Jupiter. He's from Saturn.
Jupiter? Saturn? Wait a minute, this is confusing. Where on Earth is this Tuiriol?
Tuiriol?
Is it near America?
America? What is America?
You never heard of America?
No.
You say you're from Earth and you never heard of America?
Earth is a place of seas and nothing but seas. There is no land. I am from Earth, and I know.
Earth is a place of all jungle. I am from Orion Earth, a civilization built of silver.
Silver? Men, come over here a second. You realize what this is?
What, sir?
This is no celebration. These aren't members of the Institute. This isn't a banquet or a surprise party. Huh? Look at their eyes. Listen to them. Now I understand why the woman screamed, why the girl fainted, why the old boy in the soda-fountain ran out on us, why the crowd was hostile, why they brought us here.
Oh, where are we, sir?
In an insane asylum. They think we're crazy. Clitheroe, try the door again.
I just tried it, Captain. It's still locked.
Go right in, gentlemen. The members of the Institute will listen to you with the greatest interest, no matter how informal your remarks. I'll bet they've been listening, all right. I'll bet they've had us under observation ever since we entered this building.
Captain, look.
What?
You ought to take a look. That woman who said she was from Earth, too. A blue flame is coming out of her mouth and then turning into the shape of a small naked child.
You think that's something? I've been watching one of them change into a crystal pillar and then into a golden statue and then into a staff of cedar and then back into a woman again. Never saw anything like that. Magicians.
No, not magicians. Those are hallucinations. They pass their insanity over into us, and we see their hallucinations, too. Telepathy, autosuggestion, and telepathy.
Well, look, Captain.
If hallucinations can appear this real to us, to anyone, if hallucinations are catching and almost believable, it's no wonder they took us for psychotics. If that woman can produce little blue fire children and that one can change into a pillar, how natural if normal Martians think we can produce our rocket ship with our minds.
I've been thinking along those lines, too. If someone came up to you on Earth and said he was from Mars, just came in by rocket, wouldn't you think he was crazy?
I would. Heaven help me, I would. What time is it?
2:35. Those channels open in 25 minutes.
Where's that doctor? Where's that doctor? I said, where's that doctor?
I'm here, Captain.
I demand our release. I demand an apology for this outrage. My government will certainly hear of this. All the governments of Earth will hear of it. I shall tell them of the indignities heaped upon their representatives.
Yes, of course.
Don't humor me! Are you going to release us, or must I take steps?
What sort of steps?
I'll kill you.
That's very interesting. Excuse me a moment. Dr. O,
Yes, Doctor. Did you call me, Doctor?
The case is developing along classic lines. I thought you might be interested. He's just threatened to kill me. Proceed, please, Captain.
I wasn't joking, I tell you. Are you going to stand aside?
No.
All right. Jan.
Most interesting. What do you suppose the next phase will be?
Denial of insanity, reaffirmation of sanity.
But we are sane. We are.
You see?
Classic men try to think of something. He thinks we're insane, and he won't understand that we're not.
No, not at all. I do not think all of you are insane. Oh, no. Just you, sir. The others, the ones you persist in referring to as your crew, they do not exist. They are secondary hallucinations.
Secondary?
Hallucinations.
But you can touch them. You can hear them. Go ahead and touch them.
It will prove nothing. Patients have come to me with snakes crawling from their ears. When I cured them, the snakes vanished.
We'll be glad to be cured. Go ahead.
It's unusual. Not many want to be cured. The cure is drastic, you know.
Cure ahead. I'm confident you'll find we're all sane.
He persists in referring to the others.
Oh, they never stop. You know, Captain, such cases as yours need special treatment. The others in this hall are simpler forms, but once a patient has deteriorated as much as you have with primary, secondary, tertiary, auditory, olfactory, and lingual delusions, as well as tactile and optical fantasies, it's a pretty bad business. We may have to resort to euthanasia.
Euthanasia? You're crazy! Now, listen. My crew and I left Earth 3 days ago in a rocket. We landed here in Mars.
Yes, you've already told me, Captain. Most detailed dream fantasy I've ever heard.
But I can show you the rocket ship.
I'd like to see it. Can you manifest it in this hall?
No, certainly. It's over there on the corner.
I don't see it.
Of course you don't. It's not there.
Why did you tell me to look if the rocket isn't there?
I was joking, you idiot. Joking.
Really? You have an odd sense of humor.
If you give us transportation and come with us, I can show you the rocket. It's in a small forest near that town where we first saw you.
Be rather interesting to observe his reaction at the failure to show it to him.
Oh, yes. Would you care to accompany me, Dr. O?
Oh, I'd be delighted.
Very well, Captain. Lead us to your rocket.
Here it is. Here's the rocket. Now are you satisfied? Now are you convinced?
I see nothing resembling a rocket.
Dugan, Prescott, Clitheroe, clear away the camouflage. Hurry. You'll see, Doctor. You'll see. All right, there. There. Okay, men, that's enough. There you are, Doctor. That's the main hatch. Now, are you convinced?
Wonderful manifestation. Wonderful. But like the manifestation of your gun when you threatened to kill me, completely unreal and non-functional.
Say, I've been thinking about why your gun jammed, Captain. I think it's a change in atmosphere.
I suppose he allows his hallucinatory companion to offer the rational because the reality is too painful for him to offer it himself.
Yes, precisely, Doctor.
It's a rocket. It's a real rocket. See? I can touch it.
May we look inside?
I insist that you look inside.
Come along, Dr. Lowe. This is one of the most...
Captain, it's 3 minutes to 3. If we can keep them here until they open the channels, they'll be able to hear the reaction to our report on Earth, and then we'll be able to...
I know. What a suspicious bunch of louts.
2 cents, I'd tell the people back home not to bother with Mars.
Fascinating.
I've never seen anything like it.
All right, now do you believe?
Why, this is the most incredible example of sensual hallucination and hypnotic suggestion I've ever encountered. We went through your rocket, as you call it. I tapped it, and I heard it. Auditory fantasy. I smelled it. Olfactory hallucination induced by sensual telepathy. I could even taste it. Lingual fantasy. Allow me to shake your hand, sir, and congratulate you. You are a psychotic genius. You have done the most complete job by the task of projecting your psychotic image life into the mind of another via telepathy, and keeping the hallucinations from becoming sensually weaker is almost impossible. Those people in the house usually concentrate on visuals, or at the most visual and auditory fantasies combined.
But you, Captain, have balanced the whole conglomeration. Your insanity is beautifully complete.
My insanity?
Yes, yes. What a lovely insanity.
Metal, rubber, foods, clothing, fuel, nuts, bolts, 10,000 separate items we've checked on your vessel, sir. Never have we seen such a complexity.
Why, there were even shadows under the bunks and under everything.
Such a concentration of will. Let me embrace you, sir. I'll write this into my greatest monograph. I'll speak of it at the Martian Institute next month.
Doctor, he's incurable, of course.
Of course. You poor, wonderful man. You'll be much happier dead. What? Have you any last words? Wait, no, don't you. No, you poor, sad creature. I'm afraid you are far beyond any psychiatric therapy. You are an incurable case. No. I shall put you out of this misery which has driven you to imagine this rocket and these three men.
I did not.
It will be most engrossing to watch your three friends and your rocket vanish once I've killed you.
Doctor.
And then I will write a paper on the dissolution of neurotic images from what I observed here today.
I'm from Earth. My name is Jonathan Williams, and these men are...
Yes, I know.
From Earth.
Honest.
Captain Williams.
They continue to exist. Superb. Hallucinations with time and spatial existence. I wonder how they will react to a bullet.
No. Oh, no.
Put on that gun.
No, don't.
An auditory appeal, even with the patient dead.
Run!
They still exist. And so does the rocket.
Phenomenal. Such persistence of the psychosis. First time I've ever observed it post-mortem. But it will fade. It will all fade. Interesting, wasn't it? Well, shall we be returning to the Institute?
I should like you to explain certain aspects of the case to the members of my department.
Oh, gladly, my boy, gladly. You see, this patient...
Earth to Mars, Earth to Mars, calling rocket expedition, calling rocket expedition. Do you read me? Do you read me? Come in, Captain Williams. Come in, Captain Williams. Earth to Mars, Earth to Mars.
Under the direction of Norman MacDonald, Escape has brought you The Earthmen by Ray Bradbury, especially adapted for Escape by Walter Newman, starring Parley Bear with Harry Bartell, Hans Conried, Larry Dobkin, and Lou Krugman. Featured in the cast were John Daner, Sidney Miller, Georgia Ellis, Jack Crucian, and Byron Kane. The special music for Escape is composed and conducted by Leith Stevens.
Next week, escape with us to an island off the northwest coast of Africa, and the story of a man whose quest for happiness was blocked by a giant, a madman, and a beautiful girl, as Millard Kaufman tells it in his exciting story, The Gladiator.
Okay, what a very, very cool episode of Escape, right? Ray Bradbury. I mean, come on, that was good. I think I've gotten pretty far, actually. This is bag 4. This is the 4th square. Just started it, which is going to go right there. to give you an idea on how big it's going to be, the base. But yeah, everything opens up into a wide diorama type thing where you can see everything, and these motors are going to do a big bed drop, which is pretty cool, elevator bed drop. Yeah, so this is, I got pretty far. I think tomorrow we could probably get through bag number 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe start on 9, and I think there's 18 bags, so it's probably a 4-day affair, depending. So yeah, everything looks good. I think I'm going to end it now on that episode. I do appreciate everybody being here today, as always, and giving a thumbs up. Please comment afterwards. I would appreciate that. I really do appreciate it. Chris, Harry, Edward, Connie, Paul, Horror Junkie, everybody who stopped in here today, JLR, Tragic Mammal, and the new people that took and subscribed. So yeah, definitely appreciate it. And I am going to go get something to eat, and yeah, work on a video, a Lego video, get the stream for the overnight tonight. You're going to get a good old detective stream tonight, so there you go. With that said, Dino Brickhaven